always make you laugh, don't I? Sorry.
You ready?
Yes, I'll be mature.
Hey everybody, Chris and Amber here. Welcome back to another episode of Woodmere State Revival. We are at the house today trying to wrap up a bunch of projects. Woo-woo. We're trying to get a functional sink right now. That would be a nice addition.
Yes.
We just had so many other things going on. We just haven't had a chance to wrap up some of these plumbing projects. The sink in the powder room never got finished up. We got it mounted and partially installed, but just never got the final connections made.
Well, we were waiting on this. We had to get this, the right flange.
Yep, had to get the right escutcheon, and actually we had to rip the drywall out at one point.
Yeah.
And we had to replace the fittings that were in the wall because they had plumbed it for shark bite connectors, and we needed threaded.
Because
yay.
And
because
we needed the pretty knobs.
Because we're going with Amber's fancy vintage looking.
I mean, I did buy them
off
specifically to see them.
Shut off valves, because it is exposed plumbing, so she wanted it to be pretty.
Yeah.
So we had to cut out the drywall, and I had to solder on some connectors. I'll show you those here in just a second, but that's kind of what got us held up, and then we just moved on to other things. So trying to get a functional sink. We're going to work on that, and then we got a sink in the laundry room upstairs that also needs finished up. The supply side is done, but the drain side, I needed a longer tailpiece and a longer extension for the trap to get it finished. So should be able to get that knocked out pretty quickly, I think.
We also have a third sink that's ready.
We do?
The kitchen.
Well, it's not really ready. It's still in the box in the garage.
The farm sink. We have to figure out how to install it.
Yeah, that should be fun. So the cabinet needs modified for that, and then we have to build a frame to support it, and yada yada, so on and so forth. So we'll probably unbox that today and see what that looks like.
2 hours tops.
Yeah, no problem. All right, let's take a look. All right, so this is our fancy sink here in the powder room, and here you can see the plumbing connections that we're working on right now. I needed a longer tailpiece for this, chrome tailpiece for this part, and let's see, we got the chrome trap. I think it's long enough once we got the longer tailpiece. And then these are the threaded fittings that I had to solder on, so then we had to rip off the drywall, solder those on, and then repair the drywall. We just never got around to getting it hooked up. So we've got these chrome nipples, and we're going to use Amber's fancy valves. There we go. Mm-hmm. And a good combination of Teflon tape, Teflon paste, and that fancy escutcheon. Mm-hmm. And we'll get our supply side all hooked up. Everything else is already up there. We just need to connect our supply lines to the faucet and then hook up the trap, and we should be good to go.
All right, so we got both of the shut-off valves hooked up. We had to do the cold twice, didn't we, babe?
Yeah.
Chris is in a great mood. He's already hit his head about 9 times underneath this sink.
And going upstairs.
And going upstairs, yes.
And coming out of the pool house yesterday.
We're not having a very good weekend, are we?
A bad weekend for the top of my head.
At least we can be joking about it.
Yep. It's just to laugh.
Mm-hmm. So now he's taking the, what is that? I mean, the water, the pipe going from the shut-off up to the
supply
faucet.
line.
Okay, the supply line.
Yep. Supply line from the supply valve to the hot faucet here.
Okay. And again, nothing with this sink is easy. It's pretty, but it was chrome and not flexible. So we had to loosen up the
control valve.
Yeah, the control valve.
And then cut it to length and... Ow.
Did you just hit yourself again?
Yeah.
Great.
So a little bit tighten down the nut here.
Okay. And then you get to do it again on the cold side.
Yep.
All right. We'll keep you posted.
All right, so there's the final product. Got the trap installed, supply lines. All the escutcheons are looking good. Turned out very nice. It's a huge pain in the butt, but it was looks very nice. and everything works. Don't seem to be having any leaks. So, very pleased. Now, we are going to move upstairs and tackle the laundry room sink. All right, so we got the trap done in the laundry room sink, and it's working fantastic. It's great to have 2 functional sinks in the house now. Very exciting. This extra deep sink is going to be perfect here in this utility area. Scrubbing out clothes or whatever you need to do. But it works very, very nicely, and it's going to give us lots of capacity for keeping stuff clean. Perfect place to do all sorts of stuff you wouldn't want to do in your normal kitchen sink or in the bathroom, for instance. So this room's just about done. We've just got to get our last little bit of trim installed, and then we're ready for the washer and dryer. We are going to do a backsplash on this piece as well. A backsplash made out of the same butcher block. So we're going to do a backsplash all the way around here. And then we've got a scrap piece of butcher block that we cut off the end of this. And we're going to use that to make a couple of shelves to go in this unit here. Once we get those installed, we'll be able to kind of trim everything out and get finished up in here. Get this area ready for paint. Still got to install some outlets. Dryer outlet goes there. And the regular outlets across there. And then install our switches there. Another outlet there and there. And then we got to install our closet light in here. So the laundry room is really coming together. All right, so we are changing gears and we're going to work on some trim. We're going to go ahead and get this window trimmed out. We've had the stool in here forever. We just never came back and put the casing and the apron on it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to do chair rail. You see where this paint line is. We'll have a chair rail all the way around the inside of the room as well. Of course, we realized later that we're actually going to have to move the chair rail up just a little bit because it's going to hit the outlet and the switch, huh, honey?
Yeah.
So we're going to have to move that bad boy up a little bit, and then that way it won't interfere with our switch plate and cover plate on the outlet there. But we're going to go ahead and get these pieces of casing. I've already got these guys cut, ready to go up. So we've got our pin nailer hooked up, and we're going to go ahead and get those nailed in place. Good looking truck out there, honey.
Yeah.
Amber loves the truck. That's our grocery getter. We take that to the grocery store and pick up things at Lowe's, right? She's not laughing. Anyways, so let's get these pieces of casing up and we'll go from there. Okay, so we got the window trimmed out. Looks really, really nice to get the casing on there. Got the stool secured, got the apron on. Just looks really, really clean and classy. So glad to have that ready. We next we're going to be working on chair rail. And it's going to be a high chair rail. You can see where the line is. It's actually going to go a little bit higher than that because unfortunately when we originally laid it out, we ran it through the outlet boxes. And then later realized that was going to be a huge pain to have it intersect with the outlet boxes and have to cut the chair rail around it and make some way to make it look nice. We just didn't figure it was going to work out. So anyway, so we're raising that up. So I've got the laser set here, and we're going to go ahead and mark a line all the way around and figure out exactly where our chair rail is going to go all the way around. So I'm going to get to work on that, start getting this chair rail nailed in place. And then once we do that, we can go ahead and cut the pegs off the door, get those sanded down, fill in with wood filler, and go ahead and get the nails and staple holes and all that stuff filled in. And I'm going to change out these switches today as well. And then down here, change out this outlet. We'll go ahead and get the covers on, and then we'll sweep up and everything, and then go ahead and get our shoe molding down around the base. How's it going, honey?
Great.
All right, Amber just retrieved batteries so we can get the laser working because it died. Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
All right, let's get this done. Okay, we got the first 2 pieces of chair rail up. What do you think, hon?
I like it.
Really makes a bathroom, doesn't it?
It does. It's pretty.
It's a fancy bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's gonna look really nice, I think, once we get the trim color on the wall there.
Yeah, filling that gap.
So we'll carry that around the other side here.
2 more pieces.
And not sure what's going to happen there. It's not quite large enough to squeeze in there, so I'm going to have to cut that, aren't I? So it'll slide back in against the wall. That'll be fun. All right, so anyways, two more pieces.
You can just leave the gap.
No, we're not going to do that. All right, two more pieces, but we're going to take lunch first. Okay, now we got 3 pieces up. This whole side is done, looking very, very nice. And now we're going to move on to the final piece here. And again, I'm going to take my measurement all the way over to the wall. And I'm going to have to trim a little bit of this hump off to kind of sneak it in past the casing here. I think that'll look the best. And then that'll be it for the chair rail. Amber's working in the other room here, getting some painting done. Let's check in on her. How's it going, hon?
Oh, great.
Painting baseboard, are you?
Yep. High on fumes.
No doubt.
Woo!
Potent.
Yes. But,
Wheelbase is awesome because it's lasting and tough,
yes, but it stinks.
but it's fumey. Is that a word? Fumey?
It can be, yes.
Well, it's looking really good though. So this is your primer coat?
This is the primer coat. I had it tinted to match the top coat color.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've been priming and then sanding and then top coat and then installing. And then the plan is after that to do all the nail holes and caulk and then go back with one more layer
Sounds good.
after it's installed, yeah. So
I got a lot of base to put down, don't I?
you do.
Oh, wow.
You gotta get your rear end in gear.
I know. You can quit lollygagging,
Such a slacker.
sitting around here not doing anything, waiting on you to paint. All right, very good. I'm going back to the bathroom and get up that last piece of chair rail. Okay, the last piece of chair rail is up. Thank goodness. So I had to notch it right there to slide behind the casing. Once I did that, it fits nicely. So really, really happy to have that project done. Now, last little bit of trim to do in this room is the shoe. It's just got to run around the bottom of the base, all the way around here. And that's it. And then we'll be ready to go ahead and caulk, fill all the nail holes, and give it one last coat of paint. I'm going to go ahead and saw off all of the pegs that I used to fill the screw holes and get those ready because Amber's going to go ahead and get that cleaned up, put some nail filler in there, and get that ready for paint. Because we've got a door upstairs that's been primed, and soon we'll be ready to paint it, and then we'll have to put it back in place. Obviously, we can't have a bathroom without the door. I mean, we can, but some people like some privacy. Amber's still making progress in here. You got a ton of stuff primed, hon.
I do, for sure. Got 3 more pieces.
You've been cruising.
We've done in about 20 minutes.
Man, that's a lot of base.
Yeah, you need to get on the ball.
No, I got a lot to do, don't I? Well, the chair rail is done in the bathroom.
Awesome.
You'll be happy to know.
Yeah. That's great.
All right, well, keep up the good work.